So now we are going to discuss the next law, right? Law of equivalent proportion. Law of equivalent proportion. Before that, I shall discuss law of multiple proportion as we discussed earlier. Good evening, friends. We discussed law of multiple proportions where two different elements combine to form different products, where it is not necessary that we are going to look over the weight of either A or B, but the product which will be formed, that will be in simple whole number ratio proportion. Here we can see we got two compounds, compound A and compound B, where we have formed, it was told that tin combines with oxygen, tin combines with oxygen, and it forms two compounds, compound A and compound A and compound B. Then this data shows, that is the question asked, show that the above data follows the law of multiple proportion. So here we calculated the part of oxygen combined with tin. Here also we calculated the part of oxygen combined with tin in compound B and compound A. And we got our result as 3.71 and 7.42%. If we find the ratio of it, then it is 1:2, which proves that it is simple whole number and it follows law of multiple proportion. Now we are going to follow the next law, that is law of equivalent proportion. We are going to follow law of equivalent proportion. Law of equivalent proportion. Can you say, guys, what is the law in simple language? Do write the weight of two or more substance. The weight of two or more substance which separately react weight of two or more substances which separately react with same weight of the third substance, which separately react with the same weight of the third substance, which separately react with the same weight of third substance, are also the weights of these substances which react with each other, are also the weight of these substances which react with each other. As I can illustrate about it, where hydrogen combines with sulfur, forming hydrogen sulfide, 2 gram of hydrogen reacts with 32 gram of sulfur. Here I can show that hydrogen combines with sulfur and oxygen. 2 gram of hydrogen combines with sulfur. 2 gram of hydrogen combines with sulfur 32 gram. 2 gram of hydrogen combines with sulfur 32 gram, forming H2S. Again 32 gram of sulfur reacts with 16 gram of oxygen to form sulfur dioxide. And again hydrogen and oxygen combines to form H2O. So here what we can see, that hydrogen combines with oxygen forming hydrogen sulfide, where 2 gram of hydrogen reacts with 32 gram of sulfur. Again, hydrogen combines with oxygen to form water, where 2 gram of hydrogen reacts with 16 gram of oxygen. So in order to calculate the ratio, it is 32:32, if I can say. Here also 32 gram sulfur combines with oxygen to form sulfur dioxide. 32 gram of sulfur reacts with 32 gram of oxygen. Yes or no? Since sulfur dioxide means 32 gram of sulfur plus 16, 1 is oxygen, so 1 into 16. So 32 plus 32. So if I calculate the ratio, 32 plus 32, it is 64. If I combine again with H2S, H2S it is how much? 1 into 2, I can say 2 into 1 plus into 16. So it is 18, but sulfur is not 16. Sulfur is 32. 32. So it is total, it is 34. Here if we find the ratio, if we find the ratio of these weights combining of these elements with 2 gram of hydrogen, if we see that is sulfur dioxide, it is 32 gram by 32, here combining with water. What is going to be the form of water? If I say not water, if I say with water, hydrogen and oxygen, then it is 32 divided by 16. So what is the ratio? 1 is to 2. 16 by 32 is 2 and 32 by 32 is 1. So this is how I can say that the weights of 2 or more substances which react separately with the same weight of the third substance. The weight of 2 or more substances which react separately with the weight of a third substance. Third substance are also the weights of these substances. These and these are same, but only it is twice of it. 16 to the 32. So it is twice of it. Here we can show how law of equivalent proportion shows. Simple, the weight of 2 or more substances which react separately with the weight of the third substance are also the weight of these substances which reacts with each other. 2 gram of oxygen reacts with 32 gram of sulfur. 2 gram of oxygen reacts with 32 gram of sulfur, forming H2S. Again similarly 2 gram of hydrogen reacts with 16 gram of oxygen to form water. So here we can show that weight of 2 or more substances reacted with a weight of different weight of a third substance shows that all have same weight. How? Similarly here 2 into 16 is 32, and again 32 is similarly here also weight. So these and these are equivalent. These and these are in equivalent proportion. That is why it is said that it is known to be the law of equivalent proportion, or it has a different name, law of equivalent proportion or law of reciprocal proportion. Reciprocal proportion. Don't forget, sometimes this is asked law of multiple proportion, law of equivalent proportion or law of reciprocal proportion. It was given by a scientist named Richter in the year 1794. And the question which I have just discussed now, it came in the year 2022, that is for JEE.